In a stunning turn of events that has sent shockwaves through South Africa's political sphere, former Police Commissioner Bheki Mkhwanazi has filed a legal motion demanding the immediate arrest of President Cyril Ramaphosa. The explosive filing accuses the president of obstructing justice, abusing state power, and interfering with corruption investigations, a move that could ignite one of the most dramatic legal showdowns in the nation's history. Before delving deeper into this developing story, viewers are urged to subscribe, like, and enable notifications, as this fast-moving situation continues to unfold with new revelations emerging almost hourly. According to documents leaked to the media, Mkhwanazi's legal team submitted a formal motion to the High Court late last night. The motion calls on prosecutors to act without fear or favor and to initiate criminal proceedings against President Ramaphosa for alleged misconduct during his tenure. The document reportedly cites multiple sections of the Constitution, emphasizing that no individual, even the sitting president, is above the law. In a fiery statement to the press, Mkhwanazi declared, "If South Africa's justice system cannot hold its leaders accountable, then justice itself has no meaning. The time for selective prosecution is over." His statement has instantly polarized the nation, with supporters praising him as a hero of accountability, while critics accuse him of political grandstanding and opportunism. Mkhwanazi's motion, now known as the Mkhwanazi motion, centers on three primary accusations against President Ramaphosa. The first alleges obstruction of justice, claiming the president influenced police and intelligence agencies to protect political allies and block corruption probes. The second accuses him of abuse of state power through the misuse of presidential authority to silence dissent and control sensitive investigations. The third alleges failure to act on corruption, asserting that Ramaphosa was aware of key scandals yet did nothing to ensure accountability within his administration. Legal experts note that if the court even agrees to hear the motion, it would mark a historic precedent, as no sitting South African president has ever faced such a direct legal challenge from a former top law enforcement official. The filing has already triggered political chaos within the African National Congress, ANC. Party factions are reportedly scrambling to contain the fallout, some senior members calling for unity behind the president, while others fear the motion could expose deep divisions and hidden truths within the ruling party. EFF leader Julius Malema has already weighed in, declaring, "We've said it before, Ramaphosa must be held accountable. If Mkhwanazi's claims are true, then this is the moment South Africa demands justice." Meanwhile, DA officials have described the situation as unprecedented, urging the judiciary to ensure complete transparency in its handling of the case. Political analysts warn that this could spiral into a constitutional crisis if the court proceeds, particularly given the president's legal immunity while in office. Legal scholars remain divided on whether the motion holds enough standing to proceed. While the president enjoys limited protection from arrest, Mkhwanazi's team argues that constitutional law allows exceptions in cases involving serious crimes such as corruption and obstruction of justice. One constitutional expert told local media, "This is uncharted territory. The courts will have to decide whether presidential immunity can coexist with full accountability." If accepted, the motion could trigger a chain of investigations, potentially forcing Parliament to intervene or even initiate impeachment proceedings, depending on the evidence presented. The public response has been intense. Social media is flooded with hashtags like #ArrestRamaphosa, #Anna'sEmotion, and #JusticeForSA, as citizens debate whether this represents an act of courage or political chaos. Many South Africans see Mkhwanazi as a whistleblower standing up against entrenched corruption, while others argue that this move could destabilize the government and paralyze the nation just as it prepares for the 2026 elections. In Pretoria, small groups of protesters have already gathered outside government buildings, calling for an independent investigation into the president's conduct. In response, the presidency has fired back, calling the filing baseless, politically motivated, and reckless. A spokesperson for Ramaphosa stated, "The president remains focused on his constitutional duties. These allegations are not only unfounded but part of a clear attempt to destabilize government operations. Critics, however, claim that the presidency's response lacks transparency, demanding the release of all official documents tied to the case. Insiders report that private legal consultations are already underway within the union buildings, as the president's team prepares to challenge the motion head-on. The High Court is expected to rule within days on whether it will accept the motion, a decision that could trigger a legal storm, one that drags the courts, parliament, and presidency into a historic confrontation. Analysts predict that this case could reshape South Africa's political future for years to come. As one commentator succinctly put it, either the justice system proves it works for everyone, or the people will decide it doesn't. So, what do you think? Is Bheki Mkhwanazi a truth-teller demanding accountability, or is this a calculated attempt to bring down the president? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next breaking development in this unfolding saga. Because one thing is certain, if this motion succeeds, South Africa's political landscape will never be the same again.